Oh, oh, Gerry, you still got your little shaved tummy. Bless you. You don't want that in winter. Be too breezy. Have to get you a little tummy wig. a little, a little. Oh, Fifi. Oh, Fifi. Do you want a little bit of your breakfast now? Why do you keep looking away every time I look at you? Good morning, Palin. Okay, bunnies, hang on. There we go. Morning, Bulba and David and G-Vote and Saffron. How are you all? Did you all have very lovely weekends? Good morning. Oh, sorry, that is a good tuft. Oh. Good morning to Thomas and Rob and Darius and Monmouth, Ravine, Hamish, Nightsham, Alex, Mazira. How's the head? Good morning, Nick. I feel fine. I'm a little bit bunged up, I think, just from being out in the cold weather. But the head is fine. 3 days off, but with a caveat for see real talk on the Discord. Oh, okay, I have to have a peepers. Good morning, Rob and Turkey and Maxwell. For those who were, for context for Rob, I went out last night and I had a few cocktails and then I was messaging Rob absolute nonsense. So that is why he's asking. But no, I am fine. I was very good and I was drinking water all night as well, so I had a good balance of drinks. But it was a very lovely evening. Oh, I just found another one. Look at that. Four. Didn't ask you 4 questions, did you? No. Good morning, Shadow. No, I was in polite company. But I did set 2 records on, because we went to an arcade, and I did set 2 records on 2 of the machines. Wait, yeah. So, there is that. You know, I am a gamer. I mean, you could argue that it was just 2 machines that nobody uses. So that's why. But I like to think that, you know, I tried my darndest. I did. Which was it? I did, so there was this game I had never heard of. Good morning, Dave, called Tapper. There's basically like Plate Up, but just for beer. And I was absolutely nailing it. I was so good. But it got to the end. Patience, thank you very much for the 8 months. What's a rabbit when it gets angry and warm around Easter? A hot cross bun. Oh my gosh, I could go for a hot cross bun. Yeah, I got to the final score, like the final page, and I was like, I went to put in, I was like, oh my gosh, that's my score. I've done it. And then it didn't come up with anything asking me to put my name in. So I was like, oh, I guess I cannot claim this one. But then I played Bubble Bubble and it did ask me to put my name in. But because I was slightly tipsy, I ended up putting it in as bra. So if anyone is at NQ64 in Bristol and they play Bubble Bubble and see bra, that is me. I just got to the point where I'd had to scroll all the way down to R and I just couldn't be bothered to scroll all the way down to I. So I was just like, whatever, this is fine. So there we go. I had a very lovely night. And I found 3 tokens on the floor, so I got 3 extra games, which was nice. Eh. Is that the platform game with the little dinosaurs? It is. It was so you shoot bubbles at the monsters and collect fruit. And it was good fun. But yeah. That was my favorite game when I was 5. I had never played it before. They did have some games that I used to play on my BBC computer, like Mr. Do. I remember. I don't remember it being called Mr. Do though, but it was the exact same game. And I had a go at Ms. Pac-Man and I don't know, lots of stuff. I tried Guitar Hero, which I was terrible at. I did a lot of dance stage fusion, which I hadn't done in a long time. And I was so sweaty by the end of it. I did like 6 in a row, and the last 4 of them had been on the harder setting. I was just like, oh geez, I need to stop. I'm so unfit. Good morning, Annie. Have you played Rodland? No, I've not played that. Wait, which game is that similar to? Bubble Bobble? Bubble Bobble. But yeah, all in all, it was a very lovely evening. I wish it had some of it. There's this game I used to play at arcades when I was younger in my misspent youth. When I used to go to the Trocadero in London, and it had my favourite ever arcade machine, and you don't really see it in many other arcades, and they don't have it at NQ64, sadly. But it's called Bishy Bashy Champ, and it is the best. Come on in, Lifelike. I went on both, Rob. I did, what did I do on Guitar Hero? The Guitar Hero is really cheeky though, because you pay 2 credits each to play on the Guitar Hero, and then there are like premium songs that it makes you play. It makes you pay like 2 extra tokens for. So yeah, it was a bit much. But I only did a non-premium song, so it was fine. Similar to Bubble Bobble, you play fairy guys with magic wars trying to save their mother. Ah, cute. Oh, is Kong's closed? I've not been around that way. Well, no, I was there recently. Not at Kong's, but at the one opposite. Good morning, Max. Good morning, Carl. Because opposite of Kong's is this place called Renato's, and they do pizza by the slice for lunchtime. It's so good. It's such good pizza. So I have gone in there a couple of times recently when I've been doing big days in the office. Kong's used to be like, oh, I'm sorry you're feeling sick, Max. I hope you feel better soon. I used to go to Kong's all the time because they had this food place. Like, I first heard of it because my favourite food stall moved in there as like a permanent pop-up kitchen, if that makes sense. They weren't meant to be there all the time, but they were there all the time in the time that they were there, if that makes sense. And they were called Bun Fiction. And oh my gosh, it was some of the best food I've ever eaten in Bristol. And then they left Kong's. And someone else moved in. The taco people, who I can't remember the name of. But they've left as well now. But good morning, Hanny. Good morning, Anhole. But yeah, Bun Fiction was what used to take me to Kong's all the time. And then when they left, I didn't really go back in very much. Um, and then Bun Fiction just stopped serving altogether. I loved them. Their food was so good. It was so good. And it's one of those things that I have been known to at like 2 a.m. send them messages saying I miss them. Just because they're like, it used to be, could you believe, this is how good they were. Back in the day, I used to not like getting ooey because there was two in our little friend group. There was me and my friend who always wanted to get Bun Fiction, and one of our other friends who always wanted to get ooey. And if we got ooey, I saw it as a loss. I'd be like, oh, fine, we can get ooey then, I guess this time. That's how good it was. But yeah, then they stopped serving. Give on and lived a lot. But yeah, I cannot remember the name of, because the taco place, I don't know. Aunt Ho, do you remember the name of it? They very briefly opened up like a full shop down from the Hippodrome, but it closed quite quickly, and now it's become Nutmeg, which I think is an Indian restaurant. But I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, it was nice. They used to do these big like crispy onion mushroom tacos that were very lovely. But I can't remember anymore. I'd have to scroll back through the Kong's Instagram a long time because this was years ago to find them. But yes, hello Fifi. Oh, thank you for the kisses. Thank you. I tried to cuddle Fifi last night when I got home and she was having none of it. She was lying on the floor. So I got my blankie and I I just like draped the blankie over her and lay down next to her, and she immediately got up and left. But then Gerry came over and snuggled in, so I was like, okay. I got Snuggly Bunny. Who's in the old bookshop these days? So old bookshop, they got their own kitchen in there instead of having a like a pop-up or anything, and then they closed. So now it's in the process of being sold to new owners. So I don't know what's happening with that. They had their closing down thing, I think it was 2 Saturdays ago. But yeah, end of an era. I don't know what the future holds for Old Bookshop at the moment, but I do know that it does have buyers. I swear, if ever there was like a mastermind thing, my special subject could be like the vegan food in Bristol. Because I can go back to, well, actually, seeing as I can't remember the name of one of the places, maybe not, but I swear there's just like such an intricate, hello, come on, Ingenious. There's just an ear poking out at me. I see that ear. That ear. Hello. Yeah, I swear I remember so many different, apparently not blind taste test of beans. Apparently I'm not very good at that. But in my defense, I'd never had Tesco or One Stop beans before, so I didn't really stand a chance with those. Like the One Stop ones, I was like, I can tell that this is like an own brand thing, but the buns are behind me. So weren't even beans, I know. Well, unfortunately, I wasn't able to tell the difference between sketty hoops and sketty loops. So that let me down. But to be fair, I never eat spaghetti hoops or loops. So yeah, I don't really know the difference. I am very sniffly today, I'm sorry. went out last night and it's done me in. Do earwigs often sit on ears in the UK, or why is it called that? Do you know, I don't actually know. When I was a child, we were told that earwigs would climb inside your ears, and it terrified me. If ever I saw an earwig, I'd have to get rid of it. I still do have to get rid of them because I have this deep set fear that they will climb inside my ears or something. And that the pincers is what they use to hold on and not let go. But I don't actually know why they're called that. Very enjoyed the camping video. Oh, I'm glad. I couldn't believe it. I looked last night and it had like 5.3k views or something. And I was like, oh my gosh. We normally, you know, for a live action thing, would normally feel very lucky to get like 3k. So something about that one has people seem to be enjoying, which is nice. Is there a name for the fear of earwigs climbing into your ears? Oh, I don't know the Latin for. Oh no, I guess it would be the Greek for earwig to add phobia on the end too. Poo poo. My husband got it recommended even. Ah, it's the cryptid community joining in. Oh, that's good. It's one of those things that we're still like quite new to doing those sorts of videos. Whereas obviously, you know, if you watch Hat Films, they travel and they get amazing stuff and they know exactly what they need to get and they do like a bang up job. Whereas we're still like, wait, did we film any of this? Wait, did we say anything in the like I honestly got home and I was like, did we mention why we're here? I don't remember. So yeah, we're still sort of like, but I was quite impressed with the fact that I only had to do one line of voiceover to link things together. I was like, we have improved, because I swear the last time we did one, I had to do quite a bit of voiceover. And I think it was when I had COVID and I just had to get Kirsty to say all of it. Because I couldn't. Oh no, that was the she got zoomies. That was for the Patreon video, I remember now. Because I didn't have a voice, so I kept on having to message Kirsty and be like, can you just say this, please? I need a voice to say these lines. But yeah, I was so tempted to release the whatchamacallit, release like a Patreon cut that is just all of the footage we got at the wildlife sanctuary, because there was so much of it. Like honestly, when I put, what did the video come in at, 20 minutes? When I put all of the footage into the timeline, it was over an hour, and I pretty much only cut stuff from the wildlife park. That was the majority of everything. So I think there's at least like half an hour of just animals. And it's mostly Kirsty slowly zooming in on the wildcats, being like, oh my God. Because then she left them for a bit, and then she went back again. I think she went back to them like 3 times. Morning, Anta. Morning, Chronicle. So yeah, she really did love those kitty cats. Did you cut any of Kirsty's horse butt filming? Yeah, there were so many shots of horses that I ended up cutting out. Just because we filmed a lot of horses. It's just like in the New Forest, you just walk around and there's just horses everywhere. So there was the only shot that I really wanted to keep in, but I just couldn't find a place for it, was this really lovely shot the first time we got to the campsite. There was like a mummy and a baby. But because we sort of started the video in the campsite, I was like, well, it would be weird to then go back out again, sort of thing. So there was some stuff that It didn't make it in of the Hunces. The little reflective scarves they have. I wasn't sure if it was... That makes sense that it would be for cars, because I was wondering why they all had necklaces on. That's a very good point. I was like, is it some sort of tracking thing? I don't know. But yeah. But yes. It was a very lovely weekend, and I'm trying to think of like more sorts of things that we could do like that. Because it was really nice. Like, we waited for a couple of months for like they painted reindeer antlers with reflective colours for the same reasons. Ah, that does make sense. Yeah, we waited for a couple of months with the Patreon money, and then we were like, okay, we actually have a little bit saved up now. What can we do with this? And it was just quite nice to be able to do a trip like that. There's an amazing national park in the Netherlands with bison and other animals. We rent bikes for it. Ah, that sounds lovely. Didn't they reintroduce bison in Kent? Do we have bison in Kent now? Isn't that a thing that happened? And they released beavers somewhere else. We were talking, there was this lady, good morning cow, there was this lady at the wildlife place who was talking about the possibility of re-releasing, like there's always talks about it, I think, but re-releasing like either wolves or lynxes to try and get like natural balance again, because they did that in some parks in America and it really made a difference to the landscape. It does help. Beavers near me too. Ah, cute. I mean, it does make sense to just sort of let nature do its nature thing, like beavers. So you're off this week and the next one? No, I'm off for... So I leave on Wednesday, and then I'm at a wedding on Thursday, and then I'm back on Friday, so I probably won't be able to stream. I think I can do a bunny stream on Wednesday morning, because I don't think we'll be leaving that early to go away. Then the week after, I am away for the whole week. But this week, I can do today and tomorrow. And I was thinking, tomorrow, if I can brainstorm it enough and plan enough things, I think I might do a big, I might do a big stream. But yeah, but just, I was going to do a schedule last night, but I was tipsy and I didn't trust myself to do a schedule. I remember messaging, I don't know, either around Hall or Grammy or Rob, someone, and being like, I can't do a schedule right now because I don't know what I'm doing. So I wasn't sure if I was going to be, I was pretty sure I was going to be awake in time for a bunny stream. Someone bunny sitting. So Kirsty is coming down next week to look after the bunnies just for those 2 nights whilst we're at the wedding. And then the week after, they're off to the bunny borders. Because we were meant to be on holiday from Monday to Friday, but the border was only available from the Tuesday. So we're missing a day of holiday just to what do you call it? And then taking them on Tuesday morning and heading off. Oh wait, it's the focus on the carpet. I can't actually see the screen because chat fills the entire screen, so I can only frame around the outsides and hope that the focus goes in the right place. Let me shut chat down. There you go. There you go. Hopefully that is working. Yeah. If everyone only says one-word things or uses emotes, then I get to see what I'm looking at. But otherwise, she said that she had no idea she had yesterday was good, so I didn't make. Oh, I see. I see. I think I know what I'm doing this week. I just need to actually form a proper plan. There you go. I can actually see the bunnies now because there's only emotes. But if you say anything else, or if you use two emotes, then it fills the screen again and I can't see. Any more than that is too much. But we went shut up. We went pumpkin picking yesterday, which was very nice. I know it's quite early in October to do it, but I got a lot of the little ones to she giving kisses. And I got one that looks like a mushroom, which I thought was really cute. Which is some of the way you can see them. Well, they're always in focus for me. They might not be for you, but don't worry, they're definitely in focus for me when I look at them in real life. There she is. Hello. What are you thinking, Fee? Huh? Tea. Oh, baby boy. But hang on, I'll do a tiny little, I mean, they're not all in this room. In fact, I think only 4 of them are. But I did get another 3 outside of this. They're being followed. You're not allowed to see the pumpkins. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got this little guy. There he is. I got this beautiful little guy. Very speckly, very handsome. I got, this is the one that looks like a mushroom. Like a little fly agaric. And then I got this, oh Fifi, don't jump down. I got this little guy that looks like a ghost. A ghost. Bunnies, you cannot, you know. You can smell it, but you cannot bite it. There you go. Very lovely. Okay. Hang on. I need to put him down again. There he is. There we go. Oh, bunnies. Doo-doo. Can I... Oh yeah, that clock doesn't have batteries in it. So it is right twice a day, it's true, but I do need to put another battery in it. Hi. It's watermelon pumpkins now. You get pumpkins of all different colours and styles. You get these really lovely like blue ones that I really wanted to get one of, but they didn't have any little ones. They only had, well, they had sort of little-ish ones, but I was trying to be good and only get tiny pumpkins. Llama, thank you for the, oh my gosh, 53 months. How many Twitch babies is that? Oh God, now I think about it, no one has said Twitch babies for years now. Am I old? That is, oh my gosh, I can't do maths at the best of time. 53, I don't know. I don't know. Nearly 6, there we go. Unless it was like babies, or like bunnies, because then there'd be a lot more. What did I think of Betrayal Beach? But Gerald Beach was, oh, snuff. It was good fun. I didn't realise, because basically when I played that, it was the first time I had ever loaded the game. So I didn't really know there was a lot of stuff that in hindsight I would know now. But I didn't realise at the time. Like, I just did not realise, because I was the bad person, and people kept on saying, like, oh, the threat level's going up. So I was trying to figure out the game, and I was like, oh, when I go through loads of cards, if I click at loads, people don't know, and the threat level goes up by loads. But I didn't realise that was damaging me. So I was just clicking through like, hey, look at me smartly putting the threat level up for everyone else. And then the coconut fell on my head and I died. And I was like, oh, that's what it means when the threat level goes up. I understand now. So yeah, it's one of those things that I did not play very well, but I still had a lot of fun. And we didn't do too badly out of it. But I was glad that at the end, Doutos said, like, that was mine and Brandy's first play of this game. So I'm glad that people might be kinder in the comments if they realise that. Unlike blooming blood on the clock tower comments, which have been winding me up. Oh my gosh. I'm so close to... I've been sending screenshots of all of them to Rob and Grammy and being like... But you shouldn't let the comments annoy you. I shouldn't read them. I really should not. But yeah, how could people be angry? There was one person who was just like, I hate the way they're constantly saying like, oh, it could be X or Y. And I just said it to Rob and was like, yeah, I hate when people use deduction in my social deduction games. I'm just like, why do you want people to just immediately know who it is and then just be like, and I kept on being like, it clearly says who the imp is on the screen. Why do they simply not vote them off on the first day? Dear oh dear. Dear oh dear. But I think it's one, like, you get so many people as well who are like, why are the ghosts talking? Like, it's really weird that they're letting the ghost talk. And we're like, it's literally how the game is played. I guess maybe people who don't know that it's not a game that we've come up with, it's an established game, don't get that is just how the game mechanics work, sort of thing, which I like, because otherwise, sometimes if you're like the first one killed in a game like Werewolf or something like that, then that's it. You just have to sit quietly for like another hour. So I think, and also you get some people whose roles don't even, hi, what are you thinking? Huh? Some people whose roles don't even take place until they've died and stuff like that. So, I think as well, like, it's very easy. Oh, he gone. The only thing I didn't like about Blood on the Cocktail is the misfortune of our poor boy Ben. Oh, do you know what? There was a thing where, in hindsight, I don't think I heard him say it at the time, but there was one recently, one of the videos that went out, where Ben was the bad guy, and he said something that made it so obvious that he was the bad guy that I was just like, why did none of us pick up on that? Like, I don't know who was there to actually hear him say it. But basically, okay, this is spoilers for, I think, the latest video that went out. But Ben was the naughty boy. He was the big bad imp, naughty guy. And Xylus was the mayor. So Ben tried to kill Xylus, but the kill reflected and it killed Rabs instead, because that's like how the mail works. And so Ben obviously, said, I want Xylus to die, went to bed expecting Xylus to die, and then he woke up, saw Rabs was dead, and the first thing he said was, wait, why are you dead? I was just like, hang on a second. Why would you say that unless you were expecting someone else to be killed? But I guess it's just one of those things that no one thought it was weird at all. But when you look back with like hindsight and knowledge, you're like, that was a really bad thing to say, wasn't it? But I think the thing is, there's always like, oh, Bunny's on the loo. There's always, there's always things that are going to, like, every time I play Blood on the Clock Tower, I look back and I'm like, oh, I should have done this instead. That would have made more sense. But you just don't, I think people don't realize that. Firstly, I think it can be frustrating. It's the, what do they call it? Like the pain of knowledge. I think if you do know the roles immediately, it can be it's the same as if you know how a puzzle is solved in a puzzle game, it can be frustrating to watch it while someone else is trying to solve it, just because it can be frustrating when you already like know. So I think there's an element of that, but I think it's also like it doesn't really show the time restraint of sometimes, like in a perfect world, you'd have all the time in the day to go around talking to everyone and finding stuff, because I think some of the comments are like, why didn't they talk to this person? Why didn't this person talk but sometimes you just don't get a time. You get like 5 minutes to have a chat, then the bell rings, and then you're back in the middle, and you don't get a chance to talk to everyone, sort of thing. So there is stuff like that that can happen. But yes, just be perfect every minute of every day. I do that all the time. I need a break when I play Blood on the Clock Tower. I need some time off of just being the best, That's my chill time. But yeah, I've definitely done some misplays, but I just try and have fun, and I think for me, like, just not taking it too seriously as well, not getting frustrated if I lose, and not getting not getting sad about it or anything. I think for me it's just, but it does make me, like, I think in the latest one, ooh, Lana, thank you for gifting a sub to Sienna. Thank you. I think there was, in the latest one, there was like 3 or 4 people in the comments being like, why didn't Bryony just tell everyone her information straight away? And it's like, yeah, some roles, like, the thing is, so I was a role that knew one of 2 people was a minion, but that doesn't tell me who the imp is. So all that would do is that I would go up, if I went around telling everyone, at some point I would tell Ben, I would give him a chance to come up with it just gives the enemy team more like, or the naughty boys, more time to come up with their bluff if you just go around telling everyone. Like, there's a certain element of, and I'm not saying I played it perfect, because that was like one of the first times I ever played it, and it was mostly that I was like, I'm worried about giving information away too early because I don't know when I'm meant to say things. Bye Lama. Hello Tris. Hello, thank you for the follow. And it's one of those things that, you could say stuff straight away, and then everyone would be like, why did you say stuff so early? There's just, I think there are certain times where hindsight and the power of editing just make a game seem like it could have gone a lot different. It's like there are so many comments basically complaining that it was too much waited, like the people who ended up losing got more help. And I'm like, well, clearly it is balanced because they didn't win. It's just, oh, dear oh dear. Have you guys still got more ladders? Yeah, they put me in that house again in a recording recently, and I just slept on the floor every day because I was like, I'm not even going to try going up the ladder anymore. I can't be doing with it. The bunnies are hiding from me, so I am going to give them their treat to lure them out. Oh, she knows. Did you hear the word treat? Didn't there used to be a video version that only showed one person's perspective of TCT? Oh, I guess it would make sense if it was Hat Films. Hello, Nerd. Hello, Owls. But yeah, there's just, I mean, the problem we have now is that, like, ever since, so when we did that first recording, only a couple of people really knew Blood on the Clock Tower very well, whereas now they play it like 6 games every week. They're playing until like 4 in the morning, and they all, like, the scripts that they use are so complicated, so now they all know it really well, whereas I don't. And if I play, you're suddenly like, I was saying, like, I posted this video on my Instagram the other day of what it feels like to be playing Blood on the Clock Tower now, and it's just this person being like, I am the global glubble, so I must global glee, and if I global glubber glibber, then the global glab is me, or something. And I was just like, yeah, that's literally what it feels like. This is all I hear from them now. I'm like, I don't know what anyone's saying. So it might be that, like, a lot of people, maybe they do start doing more complicated scripts, but I can't see me being part of those recordings when they do, because I don't think they would want me there just constantly being like, huh? You're a what now? Who did what? But yes, bunnies, there's a truck outside, so you might not be able to hear as much munching, but here you go, I will be quiet. Well, there you go. Washing up after dinner. Yeah, Jerry's been really good at eating treats recently, and he's like not stopped during food as well. He's been very good at like actually munching all of his food. I don't know what's changed. But I don't remember the last time he like left food part way. Being a hongy boy. They've got another checkup on Friday. And they're going to have repeat blood tests to see if the medicine that they were on for a month, see if that's worked and helped their levels and stuff. So I guess we'll also see how his little kidneys are doing, hopefully, if those levels have gone down, which would be nice. But yeah, I'm also going to talk to the vet about advice for like fattening him up a bit, because he's so skinny now. He's so bony. He's a little bony boy. So I had to come back for one burning question. What is your professional opinion on feeding swans? I'll be honest, I don't really know very much about birds. I know bread bad for ducks, but I don't really know swans. I don't know if they're similar to ducks and need to have things like peas and that sort of stuff. But I don't know. Yeah, I've never really had to deal with birds. I asked our avian vet about this. Oh. Like, we used to get quite a few birds in at the vets, but I never had to do anything with them. They were very lovely, but very strange. The best thing, not so surprisingly, is duck food. But in a completely unrelated matter, I might be a wereswan now, hyped for the next full moon. Well, I guess see what you're hungry for. And if it is peas, then you'll know. But they're good at vomiting, apparently. I know that birds are a nightmare to feed because of their crop, which is like a terrifying. Birds are just terrifying. Like, there are so many things that can go wrong with them physically and mentally. I feel like it's very easy to mess up your bird mentally, especially things like African grey parrots. It's very difficult. But yeah. But yes, they do just seem to get on with it. But yeah, I don't think I could ever look after birds. They are like a whole other set of, I guess in the same way of looking after any sort of exotic animal is like its whole other set of specialist knowledge. And mine is mostly in small mammals. I don't really know anything about birds or reptiles. They are just a whole other set of knowledge that I don't have. But I guess just always do research before doing stuff. I'd love to know more about pigeons, because one day I'd love to be able to rescue pigeons, because I do love pigeons. But yeah. But yes. If you want to give bread to a swan in winter, isn't the problem that, like, can't bread, if it doesn't get eaten, doesn't it sit in the water and cause some sort of, like, toxic problem in the water? I think that's one of the bad things about Breb. I've always loved the idea of making friends with like magpies and crows so that they bring you little trinkets that they found. Also, it fills their stomach and doesn't give them any nutrients. Yeah, I can't remember what the thing is about when bread stays in the water too long, but it is something like there is some particular thing that's caused by it. Rob, yeah, I don't get people who just don't care. It's so, I don't know, it's so dumb. You get the same when people post things about bunny rescues as well. I was friends with a robin at my old job. He used to wait for me in my parking space. Ah, that's so cute. That reminds me, actually, I've not looked through my photos of the wildlife park. I need to actually get them off my camera and have a look at them. I don't know if I got any good ones because it's been literally years since I used my proper camera, but I thought I would take it along anyway just because I do want to get back into using it. Ask if you're still doing German practicing. Yeah, I'm on like a 30-day Duolingo streak now, I think. Still doing it every day. I met some cute pigs yesterday. Got to give them scritches. Ah, cute. Cute, cute, cute. But yeah. I used to feed the ducks dog biscuits. I don't know if that is that good? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it's like I've always thought like, oh, I wish I could feed the seagulls some like proper food, the ones that you get in Queen Square that I see all the time. But when I looked up what you're actually meant to feed them, it's all stuff that I don't have because obviously they are seabirds and they eat fish. And I was like, I don't have fish on me. So I would not be able to help feed them at all. If I get like, if we have a cat staying and they don't finish their food, I'll often give the food to like hedgehogs and foxes and stuff. But yeah, other than that, I can't really feed the hedgehogs either. But yeah, they still eat fish, but it's probably battered. This is true. But it's a yeah. I wish I could help more wildlife. Not that you get that much in Bristol, but we do get foxes around here. And we do get hedgehogs. Well, we did get hedgehogs. I don't know if we get them anymore. But yeah. Hello, Fifi. What are you doing? What are you up to? Huh? When I was young teen, I remember going to an amusement park with a flock of seagulls were hanging around, so I gave them a bite of each food I ate. Oh my gosh. I mean, there's a lot of places that say now, like, don't feed the birds because I guess it encourages them to be around that area, and then it can cause problems for them. But yeah, one day I'll be a crazy lady feeding pigeons in the park. Doo-doo. Feed the birds, feed the rats. What if I want to feed the rats? Yeah. Fifi licked my arm. She never usually licks flesh. She usually only likes licking pajamas. Don't want to look like those deer in Japan. Yeah. Oh, the deer at the wildlife park was so lovely as well. I think I got some nice photos of the deer. It's just like I get scared to. The problem is like it's so easy these days to just have a phone camera and just take really quick snaps. Obviously, you're going to get such better photos if you're taking them on a proper camera, but it does just make it like when you're not actually doing anything with the photos, just putting them up on like Instagram or using them as memories and stuff. It's so easy to just be like, well, I'll just take a photo on my phone and leave it at that. But I do want to get into using my camera properly again. I didn't have the lens that I thought I had, which did restrict me somewhat in the photos I could get. But yeah, I'll have to have a look through. I don't even know where I will put them, if anywhere. LOS Center. Oh, reminds me actually, I saw there's this type of pumpkin that looks like geese. I'll have to post the photo that I got of them yesterday. I can't remember the name of them. But they were very funny. Have you ever seen any of the proper broccoli photography? I don't know. I don't know if I ever would have shown it. I did used to have a public DeviantArt page that had all of my photography on. But I got rid of it. Well, I hid everything. So no, I don't think so. I don't think so. But I mean, I think I've transferred some and put. Maybe that's going back a bit. Yeah, it was public for ages, and then it was when I started streaming. I think someone found it, and I just hid everything just because it was easier. Because obviously there was just like, hello Talia, how you doing? I talked about DeviantArt, and I summoned the biggest deviant of them all. Talia, I was just saying that I hid everything on DeviantArt. It is still there, but only I can see it. But it was just obviously had like, because I wasn't a public person, I was more open on DeviantArt about like school and locations and stuff. So I thought it's full of mushroom bum photos. I thought this is a very quick way to dox myself, so I hid everything. But yeah, butchers. Was those sexy Dicklets and Gandalfs? Sadly not. I was not a illustrator at all, just a photographer. And I never got to meet Gandalf to take his photo. But I guess I could probably all the photography on there is quite painful now anyway, but I could go back through. Or, to be fair, I could just make a new thing and start doing photography again, which is probably what I should do. Oh, Ben, thank you very much for the 8 months. Morning, Brady. Your Bits and Best Bits Weekly made me laugh lots this past week. Oh, I'm glad. I've not seen the video, so I don't know what's in there, but it was a very giggly week last week. You're a super careful streamer who never doxes themselves. And what was your itinerary again? Well, on this day, I'm going to this shop at this time, and oh, look at this baby boy. Yeah, that's what I was just saying, Talia. I did actually take my camera to the New Forest, and I did get some proper photos, but it's just, the problem is I'm just like, what do I do with them now I've got them? They're just going to sit on my computer, and then that's going to be about it. So I don't really know. What to do. But then again, I guess everything doesn't have to have a point. Maybe it is just enough to take them and have taken them. So yeah. Tries to do an exhibit. No. I don't think I have that level of good. I mean, I've done a couple of exhibits, but I didn't particularly enjoy them. In fact, I did never enjoy them. But yeah, I did them in like Kent and London, and but yeah, not for me. Print them and fill some albums. See, this is the problem, is that I think a lot of photo paper isn't vegan, so it's difficult to, like, I stopped doing film photography because it wasn't veggie. So I think that's still the problem, is like a lot of film paper as well. So I'm very reluctant to print anything out. But yeah, it's like I've always wanted to have a Polaroid camera, but photo paper and film tend to be covered in gelatin. So I'm like, well, I can't in all good conscience get that anymore. So yeah, I think I'll just have to just have them online somewhere, or just on my computer, hidden away. Unless technology, modernizes a bit, mayhaps, and you start getting non-gelatin film and stuff, and photo paper. But yeah, the day I finished university, I was like, I'm putting film photography behind me now. I used to really enjoy it, but I was like, yeah, I can't do it anymore. Which is, well, it is time for me to run away. Fifi is, I think she's in the kitchen. Oh, I hear her. I can't photo paper. Yeah, make it with pectin instead of gelatin. Vegan only applies if you eat it. No, vegan is, so the definition of vegan is trying to live your life with as little harm to animals as possible. So it still counts for like clothing and lifestyle things, such as, not buying stuff tested on animals, or not using things that use animal products and stuff. So even if you're not eating it, it still counts as not being vegan, sort of thing. It's a lifestyle, not a diet. But yes. Oh yeah, we can go to Clyde. See what he do be up to. Boop 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 boop. Boop 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 boop. There she go. There she do be go. Hi. Really, Clyde in Big Minute. Nice. Well, I will try and get some semblance of a schedule out today. To make sense of what I'm doing this week. At some point I need to go on my shoes for the wedding on Thursday, so I need to factor that in. But also, if I've only got 2 days working this week, I do need to I do need to factor that in at some point. But anyway, that's a me problem, not a you problem. But everyone, I hope you have a very lovely day, and hopefully I'll see you at 2 for something that I've not decided what I'm going to do yet, because I don't know what I'm doing. Why didn't I plan this before I had cocktails? But yes, be good and keep an eye on the Discord. I will update it and I will speak to you all soon. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. Look at her ears. Hi. They're your ears. They are. They're very beautiful. You gonna do a flop? Is it sleepy floppy time? Huh? Or just kisses time? Just kisses. We gone? Nice. Thank you, Sniffer. Bye-bye.